Petermen and Chris Mercer. Oh, 03, it disturbed him. By the time Chris Peterman got his bar license in 2003, you could clearly tell that he looked up for the Gray family, for Danny, Ricky, and for Keith and Addie, and for Bonnie Boom. He looked up some of my court records, so he knew about that, and he said that it disturbed him. So he knew that was going to happen out here, which means that I'm thinking that one of those six judges out in the Roseburg Circuit Court knew about that, and Anne Marie Simmons would be the most likely, because if you look when Chris was there in '03, I would still be a juvenile. So who would give Chris the rights, or say they could give him immunity and later on they'll become a judge, or even stay a prosecutor and help prosecute the racketeering case? Anne Marie Simmons. Because they could look at my court record, so they could I shouldn't call it espionage. My shit when I was a teenager was public for any lawyer to look up. So later on, what I'm thinking is Chris is using one of these six judges and the prosecutors out here to essentially blackmail me for all the court records he's ever looked up on my life before I ever paid him money to be my attorney, because that way he could get out of bribery. And just in case he does get under some kind of real shit in the future, they can't use his internet history against him. One, if he was doing that, that should be very clearly looked at, which court records of mine he's looked at throughout the whole time. Because Chris was using the Chris Mercer thing to say it disturbed him that I knew about all this shit, and it made him very disturbed. And that's what caused him to say that my dad should owe money to the state. That's what caused Michael O'Shea to say that. But yet, Chris Peterman and Michael O'Shea want to testify and put people in jail for giving a young teenager this kind of information. But they're not disturbed in their head by not being able to have that information, and then using that against the kid and using a whole state to do it, and only using that to cause crimes and never using that to actually do the right thing. They don't care about doing the right thing. They care about Anne Marie Simmons and William Marshall, giving them the right to a racketeering trial in Roseburg, Oregon, where they could hook up with Columbia County and then go to a federal court, either in Eugene or Portland, Oregon, and play bull I complain. That's what they give a fuck about.